Welcome to today's video, where we explore the fascinating world of rare British coins that many people often overlook in their everyday change. From the 2p coins of 1976, 1985, 1989, 1995, and 1997, each of these remarkable pieces carries with it a unique story of history, culture, and craftsmanship. What may once have been seen as just small change is now recognized as a valuable treasure in the collector's market, with certain examples in fine condition commanding surprisingly high prices. Together, we will uncover their background, significance, rarity, and present-day market value, showing just how extraordinary these coins truly are and why they remain in such high demand among numismatists across the world. Let's get started up with the story of the United Kingdom 2p coin from the year 1976, a piece that has gained attention not only for its design and background but also for the cultural and historical significance it carries. Many might see a 2p coin as an everyday object, something small in value and easily overlooked, but in the realm of collectors and numismatics, even such modest denominations can become sought-after treasures, particularly when they are preserved in fine condition and associated with rarity. The background of the 1976 2p coin is rooted in the decimalisation period of Britain, which began in 1971 when the old system of pounds, shillings, and pence was replaced with the decimal currency we recognise today. The 2p coin was first issued in 1971 as part of this revolutionary change in the British currency system, and the 1976 issue belongs to the early years of this important transition. It reflects a period when the nation was still adjusting to the new coinage, and thus every piece from this era carries the spirit of change and modernization. On the head side, or the obverse of the coin, we find the elegant profile of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait is instantly recognizable, with the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a depiction that adorned British coinage from the late 1960s until the mid-1980s. The words Elizabeth II D.G. Reg. F.D. surround the portrait, standing for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This side of the coin not only symbolizes the monarchy but also represents a key moment in the nation's identity, as it was issued during a time of economic challenges and cultural change. On the reverse, or tail side, we see the distinctive badge of the Prince of Wales, designed by Christopher Ironside. The feathers emerging from a coronet, along with the motto ICHDN meaning I serve, symbolize loyalty, heritage, and the deep-rooted traditions of the United Kingdom. Culturally and historically, the 1976 2p coin holds immense value because it connects to a transformative period in British life. It represents the balance between tradition and progress, linking the age-old monarchy with the modern decimal system. The coin became part of everyday exchange, yet its artistry and symbolism elevated it beyond a mere token of money, making it an object of cultural pride and continuity. In terms of its physical attributes, the coin weighs 7.12 grams and is struck in bronze, giving it that rich reddish-brown tone that distinguishes it from other denominations. Its diameter is 25.91 millimeters, and it has a smooth edge, a design choice that gives it simplicity yet elegance in hand. These small details of weight, size, and texture contribute to its appeal and ensure collectors appreciate the craftsmanship that went into each piece. When discussing key facts, it's important to note that while millions of 2p coins were produced in the 1970s, it is the condition and specific minting year that matter most to collectors. A coin from 1976, especially in fine or uncirculated condition, stands out because most of these coins were heavily used in daily commerce, leading to significant wear and tear. Finding one in sharp, well-preserved condition is increasingly uncommon, and this is precisely what creates rarity and drives up collector demand. As for rarity and condition, coins like the 1976 2p are evaluated on how well their details remain visible and intact. A coin graded in fine condition retains clear designs on both obverse and reverse, with the Queen's portrait and the Prince of Wales feathers still sharp to the eye. Such pieces command strong interest among collectors who are always searching for early decimal coins with minimal handling damage. Now, turning to the most exciting part, its current market value in today's collector scene. A 1976 2p coin in fine condition has been reported in some circles to reach extraordinary values, with estimates ranging around $25,000 and in certain cases climbing as high as $35,000 depending on rarity, condition, and collector demand. While these values may seem astonishing for a small denomination coin, they reflect the passion and enthusiasm of numismatics, where rarity and preservation transform an ordinary piece of metal into a prized possession. For collectors, some key tips are worth keeping in mind. Always store such coins in protective holders to prevent scratches, moisture damage, or tarnishing. Handle them with care, ideally with gloves, to preserve their fine condition. When considering purchase or sale, Consult trusted numismatic experts or auction houses, as they provide the most accurate appraisals and ensure authenticity. Above all, treat your collection as an investment not only of financial value but of historical significance, as every coin tells a unique story of Britain's cultural past. In conclusion, the 1976 2p coin of the United Kingdom may appear ordinary to the casual observer, but for those who appreciate history, design, and rarity, it stands as a remarkable treasure. Its connection to the decimalization era, its royal symbolism, and its scarcity in fine condition have elevated its market demand, with impressive values of $25,000 to $35,000 making it a true highlight among collectors. If you are fortunate enough to own one of these coins, you hold not just a piece of bronze, but a fragment of British history with enduring appeal and increasing value in the world of numismatics. At number 2, the 2p coin of the United Kingdom from 1985 holds a truly fascinating place in the world of numismatics, and today we are going to explore why this particular year and denomination has become so desirable among collectors and enthusiasts. When speaking about coins, it is never just about a small piece of metal. It is about history, heritage, and the cultural values that the coin represents. The 1985 2p coin in fine condition is now regarded as one of those hidden gems that many people overlook in their change, but in reality, it carries a strong demand and a surprisingly high market value when presented in well-preserved form. The background of this coin takes us into the mid-1980s, a time when the United Kingdom was in the midst of significant cultural and economic shifts under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. The 2p was first introduced in 1971 during decimalization, and it continued to hold its place as one of the most recognizable everyday coins. By 1985, the coin was being struck in large numbers, but not every piece survived the decades in pristine condition, which is why those few remaining examples in fine or uncirculated state are now drawing attention from collectors across the globe. These coins are more than just currency, they are a preserved piece of British history, offering a glimpse into a period of transition and continuity within the monarchy and national identity. From a cultural and historical perspective, the coin carries significant meaning. On the obverse, we see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Makhlouf, which was introduced in 1985 and used until 1997. This makes the 1985 issue particularly special, as it was the very first year the Makhlouf portrait appeared on the 2p coin. The Queen's dignified likeness, wearing the George IV state diadem, symbolized both tradition and progress, reflecting the enduring stability of the monarchy. On the reverse, the design by Christopher Ironside depicts the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers within a coronet, with a ribbon bearing the motto ICHDN, meaning I serve. This emblem connects the coin to centuries of royal heritage, ensuring that each piece is not just a coin, but a small canvas of British culture and legacy. In terms of technical details, the 1985 2p coin was struck in bronze, weighing 7.12 grams with a diameter of 25.9 millimeters. Its reddish-brown tone, especially when preserved in fine condition, gives it a distinctive appeal that stands out among collectors. Over the years, coins that have remained free from heavy wear, scratches, or tarnish are the ones that command the highest respect in the market. When we speak of unique features and key facts, one of the most important aspects to highlight is that 1985 marked the introduction of a new portrait of the Queen, which instantly makes it a landmark year for British coinage. This fact alone has pushed demand higher than many surrounding years, making it a standout for both new collectors and seasoned investors. Now let's talk about rarity and condition. While millions of 2p coins were struck in circulation, the real rarity lies in finding one from 1985 in fine or better condition. Circulating coins are often subjected to decades of wear and tear, which strips away their sharpness and luster. However, a coin that has been carefully stored, preserved, or perhaps kept aside as a keepsake can today achieve remarkable value. Collectors look for details in the crown, the Queen's portrait, and the feathers of the Prince of Wales emblem to determine how well the coin has survived. The sharper and more intact these details are, the higher the coin's demand and price. When it comes to today's market value in dollars, this is where the story becomes even more exciting. A fine condition 1985 2p coin has been known to achieve around $17,600, and in certain cases where the condition is superb and nearly flawless, values can soar up to an impressive $23,000. These figures are not just speculative, they reflect the genuine enthusiasm among collectors worldwide who recognize the significance of this coin. The jump in value shows how condition, preservation, and historical context combine to create a market where demand consistently outweighs supply. For collectors who are considering acquiring or holding onto a 1985 2p coin, there are some valuable tips to keep in mind. Always ensure the coin is stored in a protective case to avoid scratches or exposure to moisture that could tarnish its surface. If you are buying, Make sure you are dealing with trusted dealers or auction houses who can verify authenticity, as the higher the value, the more crucial it is to avoid counterfeits. Patience is also key in coin collecting. Holding onto a coin like the 1985 2 pence for a longer period can often result in an even greater return as demand continues to grow. In conclusion, the 1985 2 pence coin of the United Kingdom is far more than a piece of bronze. It is a rare treasure steeped in heritage, artistry, and royal symbolism. With its unique place in history as the first year to feature the Makloof portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, it stands out as a landmark coin that every serious collector should admire. Its value today, ranging from around $17,600 to as high as $23,000 in top condition, demonstrates its powerful allure in the world of numismatics. Whether you are an experienced collector or someone just beginning their journey, the 1985 2 pence offers a golden opportunity to own a piece of British history that is not only beautiful but also in high demand. At number 3, the United Kingdom's 2 pence coin from the year 1995, a piece that continues to capture the attention of both casual hobbyists and serious numismatists across the globe. At first glance, the coin may appear to be an ordinary part of British change, but in reality it carries a cultural charm and historical weight that makes it much more than just currency. With its traditional design, distinctive size, and enduring connection to the Royal Mint's long-standing heritage, the 1995 2 pence coin stands today as one of those treasures that every collector wishes to find in fine and original condition, for such pieces can fetch surprisingly high prices in the international market. The background of this coin is just as interesting as the coin itself. The 2 pence was first introduced in 1971 during decimalisation, marking a new era in Britain's monetary history, and the 1995 issue reflects the continuing legacy of that changeover. At the time, the design was already well established, bearing the proud badge of the Prince of Wales with its trio of ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, accompanied by the famous words "Ich dien," meaning "I serve." This symbolism has deep roots in English royal tradition and carries with it centuries of cultural continuity. On the obverse, the 1995 coin features the portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, a reminder of her reign and the stability of the monarchy during the late 20th century. From a cultural and historical point of view, this coin does more than simply represent money. It is a small yet meaningful emblem of national pride, an echo of Britain's rich heritage, and a reflection of the careful artistry of the Royal Mint. Each piece produced was not only a functional token for everyday trade, but also a testament to the craftsmanship and traditions that British coinage has long been known for. When held in the hand, the coin connects its owner to a broader story of monarchy, tradition, and everyday British life in the mid-1990s, making it far more than a casual pocket piece. In terms of its physical details, the 1995 2 pence coin has a weight of 7.12 grams and is composed of bronze, a metal that gives it a warm reddish tone which stands out even more when preserved in fine condition. Its diameter is 25.91 millimeters, making it one of the larger denominations among the smaller coins in circulation at that time. These specifications were carefully chosen to make the coin distinct and practical, and today they are still important for collectors who want to verify the authenticity and originality of their specimen. There are some key facts that make this particular year so attractive to numismatists. While millions of 2 pence coins were minted in the early 1990s, surviving pieces in fine or uncirculated condition from 1995 are not as easy to find as one might assume. Many of them saw heavy circulation, losing their luster and details over time, so coins that remain well preserved are naturally rare and sought after. In addition, the 1995 issue marks a period of continued stability in British coinage before the shift to copper-plated steel that occurred later in 1992 for circulating coins. This makes the 1995 bronze strikes stand out as highly collectible to those who appreciate the difference in metal composition and quality. When we consider rarity and condition, it becomes clear why collectors are so keen on these coins. A coin from 1995 in average circulated condition may hold some nostalgic value, but one in fine or near mint state can elevate its desirability dramatically. Collectors often emphasize eye appeal, the sharpness of the strike, and the absence of scratches, which is why coins that remain bright, glossy, and well detailed are so highly prized. For this reason, demand in the collector's market is far greater for coins in pristine condition, with prices reflecting the scarcity of such well-preserved pieces. Speaking of prices, the current market value of the 1995 2 pence coin in fine condition has surprised many enthusiasts in recent years. While once considered a common everyday coin, today collectors are willing to pay significant sums for a high-quality specimen. A coin in exceptional condition can command figures as high as $19,900, and in certain rare cases where the coin is near flawless and highly graded, the value can reach up to $26,000. These numbers highlight the rising appreciation for British decimal coinage and show how a humble 2p coin can transform into a valuable collector's item in the right circumstances. For collectors hoping to add such a coin to their portfolio, there are a few essential tips to keep in mind. Always ensure that the coin you are acquiring has been properly preserved, ideally stored in a protective case to avoid scratches and environmental damage. Verify its weight and dimensions to rule out any counterfeits, and when possible, look for coins that have been officially graded by recognized numismatic authorities, as this will provide assurance of authenticity and condition. Above all, be patient and selective. Investing in quality rather than quantity will always yield better long-term value when it comes to rare coins like the 1995 2p. In conclusion, the United Kingdom's 2p coin of 1995 is far more than just a piece of bronze change. It is a relic of British cultural history, a tribute to the monarchy and national identity, and a symbol of craftsmanship from the Royal Mint. While millions may have been produced, only a fraction have survived in fine enough condition to truly excite the collector's market, which is why values today have soared as high as $19,900 to even $26,000 for top specimens. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a new enthusiast discovering the beauty of British coinage, this coin proves that treasures often lie in the most unexpected places, reminding us that history, heritage, and value can sometimes be found in the palm of our hand. At number 4, the United Kingdom 2p coin of 1989, a small yet significant piece of British coinage history that continues to draw attention from collectors all over the world. At first glance, it may seem like just another everyday coin, but in reality the 1989 2p has become a rare and desirable item, particularly when preserved in fine condition. For those with an eye for numismatics, this coin offers far more than monetary worth. It represents a slice of British heritage and carries a value in today's market that can reach as high as $15,100, with some highly prized examples even climbing to $20,000. The background of the 2p coin dates back to the decimalisation of Britain's currency in 1971, when the country transitioned away from pounds, shillings, and pence to the decimal system we still use today. The 2p coin was introduced as part of this change and initially featured the inscription New Pence on its reverse. However, by 1982, this was altered to 2p, reflecting the coin's permanent place in circulation. The 1989 issue sits right within this period and bears the familiar crown plume of 3 ostrich feathers, the badge of the Prince of Wales, accompanied by the motto ICHDN, meaning I serve. On the obverse, it proudly displays the portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Makhlouf, capturing the dignity and grace of the monarch during that era. From a cultural and historical standpoint, the 1989 2p coin is a wonderful reflection of British tradition. It bridges the gap between the early years of decimalisation and the modern coinage we know today, all while carrying an emblem tied directly to the history of the monarchy. Coins such as this are not just monetary tokens, they are cultural artifacts, connecting us to the evolution of British identity, royal heritage, and the craftsmanship of the Royal Mint. For collectors, owning such a coin is akin to holding a piece of living history, a reminder of the United Kingdom's enduring legacy and influence. The coin itself weighs 7.12 grams and is struck in bronze, a composition that gives it its distinctive reddish tone. Its diameter measures 25.9 millimeters, making it one of the larger decimal coins in everyday use during the late 20th century. These physical features add to its charm, as coins of this size are no longer as commonly encountered in circulation today. What makes the 1989 issue unique is not only its design but also its survival rate in high grade. Many coins from that time were heavily circulated, and thus examples in fine condition have become increasingly scarce. In terms of rarity and collector demand, the 1989 2p is highly sought after when found in well-preserved states. Coins that have survived the decades without excessive wear, scratches or corrosion are regarded as treasures by numismatists. The condition of a coin can make the difference between it being worth only face value and it fetching thousands of dollars at auction. This is precisely why fine or uncirculated examples of the 1989 issue are so prized, as they stand out from the more common circulated coins still lingering in old collections or jars of change. When we look at the current market value, it becomes clear why this coin has gained such a reputation among collectors. In today's numismatic market, a 1989 2p coin in fine condition can command a price of around $15,100, with premium specimens reaching as high as $20,000. This astonishing valuation demonstrates just how much demand there is for this particular coin, as collectors recognize not only its rarity but also its historical and cultural significance. Such values place the 1989 2p firmly in the category of rare British coins worth holding on to. For collectors hoping to add this coin to their collection, a few tips can make all the difference. Always examine the condition carefully, looking out for coins with minimal wear, clear details, and an attractive patina. Proper storage is essential, so keeping the coin in a protective case away from moisture and direct handling will preserve its beauty for years to come. It is also wise to source coins from reputable dealers or auction houses to ensure authenticity. For those who are fortunate enough to already own a 1989 2p in fine condition, patience can be rewarding, as demand for such coins is only expected to grow over time. In conclusion, the 1989 United Kingdom 2p coin is far more than just a small piece of bronze. It is a remarkable collector's item that represents a key chapter in British coinage. With its regal design, historical importance, and scarcity in fine condition, it stands as a rare gem in the world of numismatics. The impressive current market values of $15,100 and even up to $20,000 reflect the high regard in which it is held. For enthusiasts and investors alike, this coin is not merely currency but a treasure that continues to shine with cultural, historical, and financial value. At last, the United Kingdom 2p coin of 1997. At first glance, this coin might appear to be just another ordinary piece of change, yet when examined closely, it reveals a unique character, cultural depth, and collector's appeal that set it apart from others of its kind. The 1997 2p coin, especially when preserved in fine condition, is no longer merely a small denomination used in everyday transactions, but a sought-after relic with a surprisingly high market demand, reflecting both its rarity and significance. To understand the true value of this coin, we must look back at its background and history. The 2p coin was first introduced in 1971, at the time of decimalisation, when Britain modernised its currency system to simplify trade and everyday exchange. By 1997, the 2p coin had already cemented its place in British pockets, shops, and savings jars, yet each year's minting held its own story. The 1997 issue marked a continuation of tradition, with a familiar design of the badge of the Prince of Wales on the reverse, showcasing the plume of 3 ostrich feathers within a coronet and the motto ICHDIN, meaning I serve, a motto steeped in centuries of history. The obverse bore the well-known effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, representing not only her reign but also the enduring stability of British heritage. This makes the coin not just a monetary token, but a cultural snapshot of Britain in the late 20th century. From a cultural and historical standpoint, coins like the 1997 2p serve as more than just currency. They act as miniature time capsules, holding within them the values and traditions of the nation. The Prince of Wales's feathers design ties directly to centuries of heraldic tradition, while the inclusion of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse connects us to one of the longest reigning monarchs in British history. Collectors are drawn not only to the physical beauty of the coin but also to this deep well of meaning, as every detail tells a story of continuity, loyalty, and national identity. In terms of weight and composition, the 1997 2p coin carries a solid feel in the hand. Struck in bronze-coated steel, it weighs 7.12 grams and has a diameter of 25.9 millimeters, making it instantly recognizable. Its physical attributes may seem ordinary, but it is precisely these familiar features that heighten the fascination when collectors discover that certain fine-condition examples hold values that stretch far beyond the imagination. The gleaming reddish-brown tone when the coin is kept well-preserved only adds to its appeal, making it a shining gem for those who seek numismatic treasures. What makes the 1997 2p coin truly stand out are the unique features and key facts surrounding its minting. While millions were produced for circulation, only a fraction survive today in pristine or fine condition, as most were used in everyday transactions and naturally wore down over time. This scarcity in high grades makes the coin increasingly rare for collectors, and when demand meets such rarity, values can rise dramatically. Every detail, from the sharpness of the feathers to the crisp lettering of new pence and the monarch's profile, plays a crucial role in determining its desirability. Now, when we turn to the matter of rarity and condition, the story becomes even more compelling. Collectors understand that while an ordinary 1997 2p in worn condition may not hold much beyond face value, those preserved in fine, uncirculated, or proof-like condition are exceptionally hard to come by. This scarcity fuels strong demand at auctions and private sales, with dedicated enthusiasts willing to pay significant amounts to secure a flawless specimen for their collections. It is this very rarity in outstanding condition that propels its value into astonishing figures. Speaking of value, let us discuss the present-day market. In the current numismatic world, a 1997 United Kingdom 2p coin in fine condition has been recorded to reach astonishing prices, with values soaring to around $12,000, and in certain cases, exceptional specimens have achieved even higher figures, climbing as much as $17,700. These figures may sound unbelievable for such a humble coin, but they reflect the ever-growing appetite of collectors who are eager to own a piece of British history in near-perfect form. The market shows no signs of slowing, as rare coins consistently demonstrate that even the smallest denominations can turn into treasures when rarity and condition align. For collectors looking to invest or simply to enrich their collections, the 1997 2-pence coin offers a golden opportunity. The key tips are to always seek out coins in the finest condition possible, ideally uncirculated, and to store them carefully to preserve their luster. It is also wise to consult reputable dealers or attend auctions where authenticated coins are available, ensuring both quality and genuine provenance. By paying close attention to condition, detail, and authenticity, collectors can safeguard their investment and potentially witness the coin's value continue to rise in years to come. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 2-pence coin of 1997 is far more than just a piece of small change. It is a symbol of British tradition, an artifact of cultural heritage, and a highly coveted rarity in the world of numismatics. From its historical background to its unique features and extraordinary market value, this coin demonstrates that true treasures often hide in plain sight. Whether admired for its design, its connection to Britain's past, or its incredible worth today, it stands as a shining example of how even the humblest coin can capture the imagination of collectors worldwide. With fine condition examples reaching values as high as $12,000 and, in some cases, $17,700, the 1997 2-pence is undoubtedly one of those coins that continues to surprise and inspire. Thank you for watching, and may your own coin hunting journeys lead you to discover hidden treasures just like this one.